Hi guys. Okay, so I know yesterday I talked about how to read an audiogram, but today I'm going to show you actually like different levels of hearing loss and how to read it on the audiogram because I just want to, make sure I'm covering all my bases. So with this hearing test, you can see here that they have a mild hearing loss. And how I know that, even if there wasn't any words there showing me, what you want to look at here is the numbers on the left side. And that, like I said before, is called the amplitude. That's also the decibels, dB. And another easy way to think about it is like volume level. So this means over here that, let's say someone was watching TV, they would need to turn the volume up in order to hear the lowest sound they can hear in each frequency. This is exactly where kind of the volume level is that they're hearing at. Now, I know I already talked about frequencies, pitch levels, but it is like a piano. So if you see up here, the 125, and then it goes 250, 500, 1,000, and so forth, you can think about that as a piano, keys on a piano. So the lower keys are over here. You got the middle keys at 1,000, and then the highest keys are at 8,000. That is in hertz, HC. Anyways, so with this person, the right ear is the red circles, and the left ear is the X's that are blue. And what you want to also see is that, see those little brackets that they have here, little symbols? That is showing that they did bone conduction as well. So it means that they tested, like they bypassed the middle ear space and they test the actual like cochlea, bone conduction. And that's showing us what they're hearing if there was nothing in the middle ear space blocking it. So sometimes there is a difference between the bracket and the X's and O's. And that would mean usually there's a conductive hearing loss or a mixed hearing loss. But in this case, this is sensory neural, meaning that the left ear, right ear, and the bone conduction is all matching up. So that means that the hearing loss is happening after the middle ear space. And again, you see that it's at 30 to 40, and that means that it is a mild hearing loss. Let me find another one. So in this case, you can see that it starts here in the normal section in both ears, and then the hearing loss goes down. It slopes down all the way to a moderate hearing loss at the highest frequencies. So it goes from normal to mild to moderate in both ears. Now you can see here there is like a difference between two of the ears right here. A little difference, but we call a difference clinically significant if it's more than 15 decibels apart. So you can see there's 20 decibels apart between the left and the right ear. The left ear is at 40, the right ear is at 60. So that is a clinically significant difference in the hearing. They did not do bone conduction here. Otherwise, you would see those symbols that look like brackets. But this, like I said, they would call this, I would call this normal, sloping to mild, sloping to moderate bilateral hearing loss. Can't say if it's sensory neural or conductive because there is no brackets, but if they already did bone conduction hearing testing, then and it was normal, then we would know this is, if it was like in the normal section, it would be conductive. If it was also like right aligning with the left and the right, then it would be sensory neural. Now for this one here, you can see that it's severe. And we want to know that because it is all the way the same across, essentially the same, in that 75 to 85 range here in the decibels. See over here to the left, the graph here, it shows you it's like right around 80. and it goes all of the frequencies are, it's about the same. So that means that this hearing test would be called a severe hearing loss bilaterally. Again, there is no bone conduction testing here, but if it was also down there, it would be sensory neural. All right, so this one's a little bit tricky because both ears are different. So if you remember, we said the right ear is the red circles and the left ear is the blue X's. So this hearing test, you can see the right ear is essentially normal. There is one at the very last, at the 8,000 right up here. That one is borderline mild, but the rest are normal. Then the left, you can see it goes from normal. So you see that the left ear goes from normal and slopes all the way down to profound. So profound is anything after 90. And that one we would call right normal hearing, essentially normal hearing, right side. And then the left side would be normal sloping down to profound hearing loss. And then here's a difference in two ears as well. So you got the right ear, as you can see, anything above 20 is normal. And then the left ear, you can see it is at 80, which is about like a severe hearing loss. You can see here the bone conduction, there was no responses past 65. And so I would call that sensory neural. And then up here, you can see the right side, the bone conduction is in line with the right ear. So as long as it's within 10, it's, it's in line, so it's sensory neural. And then here's the last one I want to show you. So as you can see, the top is not normal. It's starting at a 25 and 30, 35. I'm sorry. Well, I'm reading that wrong. Starting at a 20 and 25. It goes up a little bit, but then it goes back down. So you can call that, I would call that a mild rising to normal, sloping down to a severe hearing loss in both ears bilaterally. I hope this helped you guys with interpreting the hearing test, but let me know if you have any questions.